Welcome back to Money Talks with Mike, where we keep investing and trading simple. Today's ep is very special because we have our first guest, one of my very close friends, someone who I would call a mentor as well. He's been a trader for many years now, 20 years in the game. You don't really come across people like this very often. Ex-trader in the city, now doing his own thing, working on many projects himself. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Jay Ozi to the podcast.
Thanks for having me, Mike.
How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
Bro, it's my pleasure. So what we'll do, let's give yourself a little intro. Who is Jay Ozi?
Well, I'm just like everyone else. Went uni, worked in the city. Didn't work out for me, and a few challenges in life. And eventually, I decided to take control of my own destiny and started doing things myself and taking more risks and more chances. And this is where I am today.
Excellent.
So I'm just sharing my journey, basically.
Perfect. And of course, we're here to talk about trading. So what actually got you into trading? Like, why trading?
I think it was always back in the day when I first started out. There was no like social media like that. You know, that was in the early 2000s. We had like binary options at uni. I was doing binary option bets. So yeah, £50, you make like 100, 200. And I said, you know what? I really want to get into investment banking. But back then, there wasn't really that information out there. Was not education out there. You have to be part of a selected group to get access to that information. And you had all these so-called, I don't know, gurus on YouTube. Like,
Yeah, we all know them.
yeah. As I'll say, like, his gardener's making X amount of money while he's mowing the lawn. And
Yeah.
you know, and one of these gurus took all my student loans. And I literally burnt everything. He promised me saying, oh, you'll be able to make money if you follow my software, this and that. But horror story, cut a long story short, I lost all my student loans, no support, and I was on my own. I gave up. Then I see other people like making money trading. I said, does this thing really work? And I tried the penny stocks, I got burnt. So just quite, I lost a lot of money along the journey. And I was on holiday one day in Dubai and I just saw this guy just trading. I said, you really making money for it? So yeah, I can teach you. I was like, you're for real? And the guy said, oh, but on one condition, I'm not leaving this hotel. So like literally where I was.
You had to be there.
Yeah, I moved there and I spent a day with him. Eventually, I got his feel. I said, you know what, I can do this. So I had a different approach, a different mindset to it. Then over the years, I was making money. Then I found my way. Then eventually we fell out because the master always surpasses the student surpasses the master, as the saying goes. So then life was just networking, improving on my skill set, reading books, and this is where I am, basically.
That's actually interesting because, you know, we hear a lot of stories in trading that people who learn how to trade these days is usually like myself through YouTube, through courses, etc. But you was able to meet someone and they actually taught you there and then. Do you think actually having someone in person, physically at that moment in time, guide you through trading is what gave you an edge over, you know, like the typical online course, YouTube gurus?
Yeah, yes and no. In the beginning, yes, you need someone to hold your hand, definitely. But after a while, it's like driving a car. You can only have so many driving lessons. I see trading is like driving a car. You have to have X amount of lessons before you can actually get certified to get that pink plastic. Anyone can drive, but not everyone can pass a test. Stats prove that.
Yeah, of course.
Just like trading as well, anyone can trade and make money, but it's down to your decision making. So that's a different story on its own. How are you thinking? So when I take a loss, I made a bad decision. Not that the market was wrong or I was wrong, because this is a unique business where you can be right or wrong and still make money, as I always say. But it's down to your decision making. What's my risk tolerance? Where am I? Am I investing based on fear and anxiety, panicking? I'm desperate. And it's like chasing two rabbits. Without a plan, they're so fast, you're going to fall over backwards, talk less of catching one. I see trading the same way. So in the initial stage, you need someone to guide you. Then the rest is a learning journey of experience, trial and errors and losses. You have to lose money to make money. Yeah.
That's excellent. And I like the use of the trying to catch two like rabbits with because sometimes we get into this thing where we want it all now, and because there's so much stimuli both on the charts and off the charts, things impact our decision making and how we actually approach things. Because as you said, that we should be logical, we should be thinking beyond just the norm. So with your experience, so how many years have you been trading now?
4th of November will be 20 years. That's actually my
Perfect.
birthday. So
Oh, that's
20,
very
yeah,
poetic.
20 years ago, yeah, on my birthday, yeah, that's when I met this guy on holiday, yeah. So
Not so was it the so how long did it take you to, I would say, be profitable? Like how long did it take you to really
if I'm being
be
honest,
consistent?
I'll say I spent 10 years of making mistakes, making it, losing it. I'll say the 11th year, that's when I got it where I was consistent. But nowadays, you can do it faster. But it was down to my decision making, where I was in life as well, personal circumstances, challenges. And in between that time, I had my daughter as well. So there was fatherhood. So a lot of things played up along
Different
that
pressures
time.
as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
That makes
But
sense.
at the end of the day, it can be learned faster. It can be learned with a process and
And
having the right person.
that's because with like these days, of course, we're now in the age of social media, yeah,
Right.
where everyone wants things quickly. People want to come into trading and make money within 6 months. They want to get it done now. So it's it's a good thing that you're even mentioning it took you 10 years, 11 years to really see the fruit of your labor, because it just highlights the need for long-term thinking and being able to withstand these downturns, especially with life circumstances. I think sometimes with trading, even investing as well, it's easy to compare to others. It's easy to look on social media and see X person doing this, X person doing that. And we sometimes lose touch with the individuality of our own life and our own context. People have pressures with family, children, siblings, this, that, generational things that have had a impact on us, and we then feel bad when we aren't where we think that we should be. But more often than not, these different impacts are what shape us to become that excellent investor, excellent trader. Because if you didn't have all those hardships, you may not have that thick skin to take on these losses and really be able to back them away and just continue. Because everything that I like to say happens for a reason. So no matter how long journeys may be, there's always an end that comes with it. We just can't lose sight of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that. Like I said, I'll put it down, keep it as simple as driving cars. Anyone can drive a normal car, but if I give you a Lamborghini today, chances are you're gonna crash it. Two
True.
reasons: one, the value of the car is not within most people's financial space. Two, it takes a different skill set to control the car, and trading is like that as well. If you make 100 to 1,000, that's 10x. 1,000 to 10,000, that's another 10x. 10,000 to 100,000, that's 10. Then 10 more X's, that's a million. But as the account gets bigger, your mindset has to adapt to the extra zero.
Yeah.
And that's just like driving a big car with a big engine.
Yeah.
If you haven't got the mindset, the resilience, the tenacity, and the pain to withstand those losses, you can't make 1%, 10% and get these gains. So now you have a lot of people on social media using leverage, exploiting leverage. Then ESMA came in play a few years ago.
Esma.
ESMA, basically the European Union. I think it was a rule that came in place to protect retail investors from getting margin calls. So basically, a lot of people were over leveraging their accounts, using £2,000 to
Gambling.
control maybe 400,000 or 40,000 in leverage, and yet they can't sustain it. To make it easy in layman terms, you're trying to buy a house of 500,000. You need a 10% deposit to control the mortgage, but you're going to the bank with 5%. But you lose your job,
Yeah.
so you can't maintain the asset.
Yeah.
So that's what was happening in the trading market, that it had to be regulated and controlled. So now you have prop firms now where people are trying to get back into the same habit, but now it's a bit of a catch-22. It's like a casino. You have one side of the market on the buy side and another side on the sell side. So really and truly, prop firms are there to get a quick amount of cash, use that as a starting point and build up your skill set. But some people use it, oh, I can quit the 9 to 5. But that's not really sustainable. That's like driving a car with no seatbelt. anything in life has to have rules, has to have a process. And you gotta have, like you say, your why and the pain. So if you're trying to catch two rabbits, it's the same thing trying to make a quick buck. It's not going to happen. It has to be a long-term plan. It took me 10 years, like I said, for various reasons. And within those 10 years, I lost money, I built pain, I built resilience, and I'm used to that sort of trauma. So if I lose X amount tomorrow morning, I'm not going to cry. I've lost a job once or twice,
Yeah.
but all I need is X amount, a laptop, a chart, one asset pair, and I can work my way back. But having a 9 to 5, I'm not knocking that back. It is good for consistency. But you want to get into a position where your trading fires you from the 9 to 5, and you have sustainable assets to, you know what I mean, keep
Of
on
course.
going.
And a very key thing in that is the assets. So trading should always be like deemed as a way for you to funnel into other things. So sometimes we can get one track minded with trading being the end all and be all. Yes, it's a great way to generate returns if you're good at it, of course. But then you have to then think, okay, I've now made 10K. Where can I put this money inside? Oh, let me go buy some stocks. Let me buy some crypto. Let me put some money in like a high yielding savings account. And let me go buy a house. Like, it should always be the source for everything else. And just to quickly touch on pot firms, because not everyone knows what a pot firm is. So for the audience, basically a pot firm is a proprietary trading firm. So essentially they give you capital, quote unquote capital. Well, back in the old days, I say the old days, like 2007 times, that's not that old. They used to be brick and mortar, so actual firms in the city who would give you real cash to trade based on your skill to make money. Nowadays, it's all gone digital. So there's these firms that are online and they give you simulated funds. So it's not real money, but they still pay you out for that. But they have a few rules in place where, for example, you have to make 10% to then gain access to the real funds. So it's done in a way to, they say to implement good trading, but at the same time, any business has to make money. So pot firms, of course, have their own interests in mind as well. And people can sometimes get lost in this world of, let me just pass this challenge. My life has changed. I'm going to quit my job now. I'm a trader. And then they've passed the challenge, but then they have a bad month in trading. And now because they're not used to it, everything just falls over. You can't pay your bills. You can't be sustainable. And it's about building a good foundation to be sustainable. So for anyone listening who may be looking to get into trading or have heard of prop firms, make sure that your skill, as you said, is there first, because without having the right skill set in place, it's again borderline gambling. You get access to more than you can eat, and it never really ends up well, because you can get 100K account, 200K account, but you've never seen that money in your life, and now it starts to skew with your mentality and your trading and your decisions, and lo and behold, everything comes tumbling down. So it's definitely something to consider. But I was also going to mention, so obviously it took you the 10 years to get profitable. What would you say was your biggest hurdle to reach that level of profitability? Because many traders are there. There's always something that's like stopping them. What was your aha moment or that challenge that you overcame to become profitable?
I'll say it's my mindset. And my mindset was I knew I could do it, but I just had the wrong people around me, the wrong friends. So sometimes it's like, like, it seems like football. Like if you look at the Premier League, you got players like Pogba, Jesse Lingard. You got players who had potential. They on their heyday, they were good. There's another player called Ravel. He played with Lingard and Pogba at youth level. But we've forgotten about these players. But it's the mindset. When you get a pro contract, you lose it. If you've got the right advisor, bad people around you, you're not going to make it. If you look at certain players now, even if they mess up in the media, they're protected because they got the right people. With trading, when you go, I don't believe, like our parents, stock market, you're gambling.
You get scared because they just don't know what they're doing.
This doggy coin. Doggy coin. This Snoop Doggy Dog coin. And even my mom, she was like, "Oh, this crypto, it's just it's illegal. It's this and that." But at the end of the day,
They're scared of what they don't
whatever
know.
coin it is,
Yeah.
yeah, like some people have made money from these coins, and at the end of the day, the saying as well, if you made money by accident, chances are you're gonna lose it
Yep.
twice as fast.
Yep.
So I'm the sort of person, if I made money like by, I would take it and I'll hold on to it because tomorrow's not promised.
Of course.
So it's all about how am I gonna make this money work for me? And that's why I said it's down to the mindset. The people had like, hey bro, let's go Miami. Oh, let's go on holiday. There's this club called Moonlight. Oh, let's go Moonlight. Let's go buy bottles. I was doing all that, wasting money.
boys.
Like, now I come home Sunday morning, like on the bus 29 then. Like back in the day. So like, it was just like, and unfortunately, I had the driving ban before pre-2010. And that was just like a technicality. The driving ban was an accumulation of points.
Yep. We've been there.
Basically, it was a traffic violation. So the judge was like, I don't know what to do with you, man. So he just gave me 3 months, which was cool.
That's just cool, right? A little
Unfortunately,
detention.
Canning Town, I was coming back now. While I was on the ban now, I had another ban. I mean, another case that I was pending, but how the court system.
Yeah.
So while I was on the ban, I got told to come back to court again. I said, I'm already on the ban. So the guys, oh, you're already on the ban. So what is it? There's this light by the Canning Town flyover for years. That light will never turn red. It will never turn red. And I'm like, oh, seriously. It was like 4 a.m. I just went, oh boy.
What was the feds behind you?
Yeah, like it just stopped me, but I came and gave my details. Say you ran the red light.
Oh, bro, the timing.
Do I like hip hop? And I said, you guys are taking the piss.
What?
Like, class conference, like, so he breathalyzed me to stand on 1 foot, like done everything. I was good. He just gave me a little bit. Well, you ran a red light when I'm going court, whatever. Gave me a fine up here. I didn't hear nothing. Weeks, months. Then I had the first one.
Yeah.
Then it was coming towards October, and I go, oh, you need to go to magistrate's court again. I was like, oh, great.
Oh, God.
Turn up. Oh, you're already on the ban. All right. 18 months. Huh? 18 months.
18.
He said, boy, you're already on the ban and you got points, and I can't give you no points. So they got 18 points and £1,000. That taught me a life lesson.
18 months. Isn't it?
So
wait,
from
18 points?
No, 18 months.
Oh, yeah. 18 months
ban.
and £1,000.
So basically, I'd done an 18-month ban where I could not drive. So I go out with the club, my boys. Oh, sorry, bro, there's no space for you in the car, man. I have to get the bus home. So I went through that pain, and then there was no Uber. And we had Addison Lee minicab. So I went through that and I said, you know what, it's fine. So I had the reality call. So while my boys were clubbing, I'll stay at home after the match of the day, pull up my laptop, and I started to build on my trading. Then I was getting it. Then after a while, I was really getting it. And I was okay. Then it came out. The DVLA wrote to me 3 months before, you can apply for your license.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm back on the road.
Yeah, back in.
But cut a long story short, the plastic was green. I said, what's this?
No, they gave you back a provisional.
Yeah. So now the whole point of this wake up call, I had to do the whole process again. So I went out of London, I went to Manchester, and I done an intensive driving course.
Yeah.
I got it back.
Cool.
But the whole point is that was a reality, that was a pain point. And I realized everything in life, I could drive, I could do these things. But when you haven't got discipline and you haven't got the right mindset, you lose it. And I said, you know what? That's an opportunity. That's my freedom. So that pain, I transferred that pain into my trading. And that's how I started mastering the yen pairs, because I'm always trading at 10 o'clock at night till early hours of the morning. So that's how I got my consistency. That's how I got my discipline. And since then, it was just like clockwork, like Steph Curry, man. Hey, if you throw,
just shooting threes casually.
So it's like with certain pairs, I know I'm guaranteed 100 pips, equivalent to 1%. So it's what I do consistently. And yeah, sometimes I do take losses, don't get me wrong. That's when I like to experiment and try to take a bit more risk. But overall, I am profitable. And that's how my discipline and my pain came from to bring me to the man I am today.
Fantastic. And that's a very great example of turning pain into progress. Pain is something that we should never shy away from. And it's something that I constantly preach about in terms of being comfortable with the uncomfortable, because we can't really grow as individuals, as traders, as businessmen or women, as anything in this life. We can't grow without being able to step out of our comfort zone and being able to take it on. And even in your situation where driving ban, You can't really be going out with the lads anymore. Now your social life is a bit of a, damn, it's a bit of a mess. You might feel a certain type of way because everyone's enjoying their life, but then you're there at home doing what? But you're able to use that and thought, okay, you know what? This is my current situation. Let me use this to turn it into a positive. Hence the late nights trading, the Japanese yen pairs. And it's a very good example that we sometimes just need to, if we are in a bad situation for whatever reason, just take a step back, review it, and think, okay, this is what I'm going through right now. How can I make this benefit me? I'm not going to sit here and sulk. I'm not going to sit here and complain. Life isn't fair sometimes, so be it. And if you're looking to get into trading, the charts aren't fair. The markets aren't fair. It's just life. And the sooner that you can get comfortable dealing with pain and dealing with setbacks, that will easily translate to winning trades and becoming comfortable. Something that you mentioned as well that I actually want to touch on, with the turning this pain into profit. Many new traders these days, they struggle to find an edge. They struggle to find a way to make money and be consistent because there's so many courses out there. There's so many strategies out there. There's so many different ways of doing things that it can be information overload. So what would you say is a good tip or a good way to find a strategy that works with that individual?
Yeah, like you said, education is oversaturated out there. Just go on YouTube, go on Udemy. Everyone will teach you, SMC, ICT. There's so
Everything.
many strategies out there. But at the end of the day, I'm not knocking all these strategies, but like myself, I'm addicted to YouTube. I got YouTube Premium.
Same.
I
Yep.
follow all these guys with ICT.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I look at it differently. I see what you're doing, and like, what's this guy? Back in the day, the Mad Rapper.
Who?
Was it the Mad Rapper? Bad Boy that's always jumping on people's beats and dissing people. All those mixtapes.
What's his name?
Wait. No, it's 50 Cent. Yeah, How to Rob.
Yeah.
When 50 Cent first came out, when he was telling people, he jumps on everyone's beat and he jacks it and disses you. And I said, okay, you know what? I can do something similar. Let me take the best things from all you guys and
Just
refine
pick and choose. So
that's what I done. I refined everything I saw these guys do, and I'm different. My trading complements my personality in terms of how much time can I dedicate to looking at my computer screen.
That's it.
People see multiple traders in the city, 4 screens like the Matrix. I've got them, but now I actually have just one big wide screen, which is about 42 inches.
Damn nice, yeah.
And I've got my laptop, which I project onto it. But I don't need 4 screens. I just need one screen to see what I'm doing. Hey, I'm busy. I've got other things going on. So believe it or not, I use a 12-hour time frame because the market is split into 2.
Yep.
24 hours. So if I see the trend within the first 12 hours, very unlikely it's going to change within the next 12.
Yeah.
All I need to do is refine my entry, and I've got this concept, ERE, entry, my risk appetite, and my exit. I know when I'm getting in, I know how much I'm willing to lose if I'm wrong, and I know my exit. Once I know these 3 things, I'm in. And the chances of me losing are very slim because I've calculated my risks. And trading is all about calculated risks. It's like playing chess. You lose your most valuable piece, but you can still win the game, but it can be harder. You lose a queen, hard, but it's down to your decision making, but the game can still be won. Trading is like that as well. So, and trading, is a means to an end, but I have diversified from trading, doing other things. You got the AI now. People using AI to trade, robots and all that. At the end of the day, it's like me asking, give me £10,000. Put in a brown envelope, put it through my letterbox, and I guarantee you 20%. How are you sure you're going to come back with your hands, talk less of the 20%? So that's how I see trading when someone promises you something. So everything is all about calculated risks, getting educated. And I'll just tell anyone, just go on YouTube, know the basics, find your way, find a mentor, find someone who's consistent, who's transparent, and not some guru who will sell you a £3,000 course. And once you do the course, he's not there to hold your hand when you're losing money.
Yeah, it's true.
So that is the key. Get a warranty, someone who's going to hold you accountable for your actions. I've got a friend, Auntie Kem. I call her Auntie Kems. I won't say her real name, but her real name's Kemi, but I call her Auntie Kems. She's a very good friend of mine. It's funny enough, we met during the pandemic or just after when I came back from the States. but she's come a very close friend. She's a trader as well, and she's a mother as well. So she's always holding me account. Oh, do you do this? Do you follow this process? Do you do that? So when it comes to
Nice.
trading, I can trade, she can trade. We're both independent traders, but I have someone holding me accountable for my actions. I say, you know what? If I take this L, man, I
She's
know
gonna
Auntie-
get onto
she's
you.
gonna get onto me. Auntie Kim's, oh, Jay, do you do
Gina,
this,
why you doing
yeah.
that?
So like, so I've got that relationship with Auntie Kems. So Auntie Kems keeps me in line. At the same time, I say, Auntie Kems, are you going to get that 1 million in front? Yeah, yeah. So we
Nice.
hold that. So that's what training's about. You got to have someone holding you accountable, and you got to have that mentor or some sort of coach. As much as you're good as you are, you got to be careful with yourself, because it's like having a knife and cutting a loaf of bread. The knife is so sharp, but you trust yourself not to cut yourself. And that's like trading. Can you trust yourself not to make the bad choice? Oh, take your profit off the table. I know I'm meant to take my money off the table. Although it's not hitting my TP, but yeah, let me just wait a few extra. Then it comes back to negative.
Yep.
Then I have to take the L. Was that a good decision? No. I knew better, but I made a bad choice. And this is what I'm saying. Calculated risk and right decision making. And how do you make right decision making? Making choices. You read books. You have mentors, and the experience of pain will get you there. So
That's it. And the thing with trading is it's quite a lonely game. Like we just sit on our computers for whatever amount of time, and it's like you can sometimes get engulfed into yourself. So as you said, like having someone that can keep you accountable is a good way to look past yourself and actually have someone who can provide guidance. Because me myself personally, I learned through YouTube. I love YouTube. I basically call it, YouTube is a university. Like you learn everything that you need to learn from YouTube. And I done similar thing where I would just look at different people, take little bits here and there, mesh it together, see what works for myself, what I can find comfortable, what I can make into something that works with my personality, my lifestyle, etc. And that trial and error, it takes years, but of course having a mentor can sometimes reduce that learning curve. So if someone does want to learn like how to trade, a mentor is definitely something that is advised, because one, they're gonna make your learning quicker, and two, they're gonna be able to be there to hold your hand if need be. Of course, they won't guarantee that you're going to make money all the time, because again, it comes down to you taking the right decisions. But it definitely does help. And in terms of new traders, we all make mistakes. Like I've been trading for about like 4 or 5 years now. When I was coming up in terms of getting comfortable with trading, I would make a lot of mistakes. What mistakes do you think that traders tend to make when they're starting out? I've got a few, but I'm interested to like hear what yours is.
one, like double guessing. You know, you've got your plan, changing your plan. Okay, I'm going to get in and then go in bar, which is a candle that overlaps another candle. Oh, the candle's not closed, but I'm going to miss the trade. Oh, it's going up. You jump in too quick. Hesitation, not being sure of yourself, you know, and like just when you have no plan, it's like it's always going to end up with chaos. So that's one of my main issues. And sometimes like the FOMO. Oh, as much as experienced as I am, it happens to me as well. Oh, you know what?
We're human at the end of the day.
It's like, let me quickly catch something. Oh, okay, I need X amount. Okay, you know what? Yeah, it's not my setup, but let me
try. Let me just see what happens. Yeah.
And sometimes I get burned by, right. You know what you done wrong, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah, it happens. And it's like, now try. And I think, was it? I think it's probably, when we met up.
Yeah.
But early in the year when you and Paul, we met up to eat.
Yeah.
In the city. And I said, you know what? Let me try something different. And I think that day it was an experiment, but it taught me something different. I say, if I need something, instead of yes, I work for it to pay for it. Let me actually let me trade for it. So I say, I set myself a challenge. We're gonna go out to eat, and I'm gonna pay the bill by trading. And like,
and you did, but you did.
You were like, okay, so here, now here. I said, right, this trade's not going back. Click, okay. And that meal was just actually much more satisfying. I was like,
because you literally just made the money for it there and there.
And I said, oh, the bill's paid. Huh? Yeah, I traded for it. And I'm like, that confidence. I said, it's not something I didn't know, but it was just a good feeling.
Of course.
And I said, you know what? Maybe this is how I control my formal process. Because at the end of the day, if I couldn't pay that bill and I lost it, I will have to pay twice as much for the bill.
Yeah.
Because I put X amount of money to
Lost
pay the
that.
bill.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
yet, but I put what I could afford to lose. I put half the bill down and traded for it, and I doubled it. And I still had a bit of change to play with. So the whole process is I had a plan, and I had a reward, gratification. So it's not just trading and having nothing to show for it. I bought me and my friends lunch, and that was something to show. And it was a good feeling. And that lunch, they made bros close. You see, here we are today.
That lunch was
That was just one of many.
Yeah.
It's not. We've done it a few times.
Of course.
So it's all about having that process, that gratification.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been training for X amount of years. What have you got to show for it? You don't have a house. You don't. Yeah, I haven't bought a house, but guess what? My mindset is the asset. What I've learned over 20 years, no one can take that away from me.
Yeah.
I can't put a price tag on it. It's an asset on its own. So any room, any conversation, it can go to work. I've been with different people in different walks of life. It's the mindset. Why people are buying houses, I'm not knocking them. I wish I'd done the same as well, but it's not what if. I have the next best thing. My mindset and how I think. And don't get me wrong, I have down days as well.
Of course.
But it still gets me out of trouble.
That's great. And like, mindset is something that people will just hear me talk about it bare. Like, and I'm always harping on about mindset and like internal processes. And I feel like sometimes it gets overlooked because we all want to make money now. Like we all want to blow and make it and X, Y, and Z. But if you don't take the time to really sharpen your mind, everything is futile. As in, you can make money, yeah, but are you going to keep it? Are you going to grow it? Is it going to last? Unlikely if you don't have the right mindset to be a partner to this money that you have just made. Things can change very quickly. We're human beings. We can be very emotional. Focusing on your mindset and psychology can help you to rein in these loose emotions and make you be more direct in your actions. And something that I see a lot of traders doing these days is not putting enough emphasis on the mindset. Mindset is everything, be it meditation, be it going to the gym, be it being accountable to yourself, be it journaling, because journaling your trades is boring. People don't want to do it. You might take a loss. Now you're thinking, do I want to write this down and be embarrassed? Yes, be embarrassed. Be embarrassed that you succumb to FOMO, fear of missing out. Be embarrassed that you didn't stick to your plan. Embarrassment to yourself is keeping yourself accountable. And without that, you're never going to really go in the right direction. So mindset is paramount. And that also brings me to mindset of professional traders. So obviously you've been in the city. Most people don't tend to have the opportunity to trade in the city or like see the other side of the game. So what would you say is the biggest difference between professional city traders and the normal everyday trader?
Psychology. Psychology and your emotional mindset. Because in the city, you're under pressure.
Yeah.
Time's against you.
Yeah.
You got to deliver results. And it's like you got to earn your spot.
Yeah, of course.
But behind closed doors, it's only you, your computer screen, and your bank account. So it's a big difference. And in the city, it can be very toxic. You've got people with high blood pressure. You've got people
Everyone's
drinking
stressed.
Red Bull, stressed. But I tell you, Canary Wharf, back in the day, the culture, I've been in Canary Wharf, I'd say 3 different lifetimes. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Different phases. The early 2000s, the middle, the 20s. And every time you go back, it's a different generation.
Is it?
Canary Wharf was different. Back in the day when Lehman Brothers were there, that was like when I was at uni, like the early days. Yeah. You see everyone out at one Camden Square smoking, lunch. 1, 2 o'clock, everyone's getting lunch. Actually, no. It's like dead. It's like now you see a lot of these tech, everyone's on the tech
tech
now.
stuff. Yeah.
You see the young Gen Zs, like it's different. Oh, I'm going to dinner, Canary Wharf, you're taking selfies. It's a different culture now. And a lot of people now work from home. So traders, you don't really see a lot of traders in the office as we used to back in the day because office space is expensive and they're trying to get people back into the office. But a lot has changed. So the culture has shifted quite a bit. It's totally different. So it's still down to psychology. But when you haven't got your body, normally it's like playing football.
Yeah.
Oh, I got my co-trader. We make money together. I remember I was mentoring a group of youngsters I think it was 2019. No, just before the pandemic, around 2017, 2018, I can't remember. I said, you guys are going to buy me AirPods today. I don't care. You guys were. And literally, they all made mates. Oh, we bought those AirPods. And I'm like, okay, cool. We're all going out for the day. So, like, that team spirit. And, like, when the pandemic happened now, everything changed. Oh, I haven't got someone to call no more. Someone told me accountable. I don't have that body to trade with. So there's that. But when you train by yourself, you're by yourself. You're used to it. Then now when you're amongst other people, now it becomes competitive. It becomes, oh, I'm not good enough. Then you don't feel out of place. Then this is where these emotions come in play. So no matter where you are, as like a football player, an athlete, a trader, you should be able to fit in if you've got the right mindset. Because at the end of the day, the only person validating you is you, the person you see in the mirror.
Of course.
Your results validate you. And someone once told me $1 million, $35,000, pounds, euros, 10x, 10 times gives you what? $1 million. 350 times, you work it out, 35,000, 10 times is $1 million. So what can you do to give you 35,000? And repeat that process. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's your 7 figures right there. But it's easy said than done. The mindset to trade to make 35,000. So maybe you have let's say a £10,000 account or a £20,000 account. So how much are you risking to even make that first 5,000, 10,000? So you see, it's a process. You gotta like make a plan to get there. You can't just jump. Some people making the first £10,000 is a big achievement.
Yeah, of course.
We've been in groups. Oh, this is how you do this is how you do that. But guess what? I have a group of hundreds and 200s. I can tell you what, only 2 people will take action. Oh, I'm free. Oh, let's jump. Once upon a time, I'll do calls. I'll do master classes. I'll do it for free.
Yeah, of course.
But the value is there, but not a lot of people would take it. When I say, oh, bring X amount of money, excuses. But if Mr. Guru on YouTube says bring 3,000, you're quick to bring your money.
You're ready and just give it.
This is what it is. So at the end of the day, anything that's easy to come by will not be sustainable. You have to put in the work wherever you do.
Facts.
You know, as Bruce Lee said, man, if you're someone who does 10,000 kicks 10,000 times, that's somewhere you can just do it 10,000 times. So it's like you have to be consistent with the process, practice to get it right, and have the mindset to grow with the new balance. Like you go gym.
Yeah.
If you're doing 20 kilos, after a while your body wants more. 40, 60, 80. Your mindset and your body's changing to the new weight. And this is how your finances, your money, your opportunities, the jobs, whatever you got to do is got to change to your new lifestyle. So if you got dead weight people, guess what? You're going to downgrade. You got I've got 4 friends, 2 females, 2 males. 2 females, they're high earners. 2 males, high earners. I look at them, I say, where am I? That's my target. That's what I do. Work to where you get to where you're comfortable.
Nah, bro, I love that, especially with the whole dead weight and people who you're around, because it can bring competitiveness, it can bring support, it can bring accountability, it can bring an environment for you to really become who you want to become or where you strive to be. And nothing good comes easy. Like, everything that is worthwhile takes hard work. And that's a very key message to leave today's ep on, because be it trading, be it investing, be it running a business, be it even your career, if you want to reach the top and be consistent in anything that you do, you have to work hard. We can't sugarcoat this at all, because if you want it, go and get it, because no one is going to hold your hand and rub your wounds and say, it's all fine. Sometimes they will, but that's not what you need to really become a sharpened individual to achieve those goals. But again, we will have our own paths to run and walk on. We will have our own journeys to go on. But anything good doesn't come easy. But honestly, thank you so much for coming on today. It's my pleasure. Like we met it feels like it's been forever.
Actually, December will be a year.
Yeah, literally, it's
Yeah.
been a year, and we've gotten so close to the point where I literally see you as like a older brother, and that is very.
Oh, cool. Likewise, man.
Yeah, like honestly, it's like very rare to like come across people who have similar mindsets. Again, networking is key. We met at a networking event, so to the audience, you never know who you might meet. You might go to an event and you could meet someone that will just take your mind and your psychology to a whole new level. But yeah, again, thank you for coming on, bro. This will be the end of the ep. Everyone, thank you for listening, watching. More to come. Appreciate all of the support. Like, share, and subscribe. Any comments, any feedback, any questions, let me know. We'll start to do more guest appearances now. Of course, I have quite a few interesting individuals to bring on, which I feel like will bring a lot of value to everyone. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.